Officer Louis Henckel skipped court after taking money and perks to help a fellow cop's girlfriend avoid a DWI conviction. That one act of professional courtesy sparked a federal corruption scandal involving 8 officers. When the lines blur between loyalty and the law, justice loses. Check this crooked criminal out.
A cop turned criminal, admitting to taking part in a corruption scheme. At least 8 so far have pleaded guilty in federal court, but what got them here in the first place? In at least one case we uncovered, one of those officers called his decision a professional courtesy. Take a look at what happened when a cop chose to cross the line.
Hello. How you doing tonight?
Former Albuquerque police officer Louis Henckel III approaches a driver in northeast Albuquerque in February 2019. A 23-year-old woman, he says, was speeding 12 miles an hour over the speed limit around 1 a.m.
Any alcohol tonight?
I have one. An open bottle of whiskey is under her seat.
All right. Have you step out real quick. Do some field sobriety tests.
The officer joined APD's DWI unit in 2017, so he should be familiar with the dangers of drunk driving and what it takes to keep drunk drivers off the road.
Put your feet together, hands down at your side.
After a series of tests you can't see being performed from his lapel camera,
1004, 1005, 1006.
The driver agrees to take a preliminary breath test.
So you're playing 1-3. So I'm going to place you under arrest for driving under the influence of intoxicating liquor or drug. And I'm going to take you down for a calibrated breath test.
As the handcuffs go on, Henckel drops some words of wisdom for his arrestee.
Life isn't always easy, but you know what? We make decisions in life, good or bad. We make decisions. And then there's consequences.
Consequences. It turns out a decision that officer later made in this case led him to break his oath to uphold the law. Today, he's facing his own consequences.
Good morning. We are here today for bench trial. Is the state ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Audio records obtained by KRQE Investigates reveal the first time prosecutors tried to pursue a conviction against the accused drunk driver Henckel arrested, August 2019, 6 months after the young woman's arrest.
The defense would ask for a defense continuance, and we would be willing to waive the rule.
A fill-in attorney says the main defense attorney is sick and asks for more time. Also missing is the main witness, Officer Henckel. The judge agrees to postpone, and they're back in court 5 months later, January 2020.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Thomas Clear III on behalf of the defendant.
Thomas Clear III is now representing the accused drunk driver. Behind the scenes, we now know Clear was asked to step in by an Albuquerque police officer who was, quote, romantically involved with the young DWI suspect.
We're here for trial setting. The state's necessary witness, Officer Henckel, is not present. The officer check-in seems to indicate, I think he had some kind of, I don't know if it's an emergency, but he had another obligation. I personally didn't receive notice of this in advance. If not, I'd filed a motion to continue. It appears he's sick.
Sick. But today, Henckel's federal guilty plea reveals he lied. Henckel now tells the feds he agreed to call in sick that day as a, quote, professional courtesy to a fellow conspiring officer, the one romantically involved with the woman he arrested. Henckel also admits to accepting a cash payment up to $500 to not appear for her trial. In fact, he says he was paid the equivalent of the overtime he missed out on for not attending court, knowing his absence would allow Clear to dismiss the case.
So we're respectfully going to request that the court dismiss the case at this time.
But once again, a judge agrees to postpone trial.
I'll grant the state's motion this one more time.
Fast forward 5 more months, June of 2020. In that time, prosecutors offered a plea.
Is that plea offer rejected or accepted? What are we doing on this one?
We're going to trial. Let's go.
And once again, the Metro Court judge sets another date for trial, warning prosecutors.
I'm really going to need you to reach out to your officers. We've been sending messages telling them they need to call in. You need to make sure that these officers know they have to appear in person for these definites, okay? Okay.
1 month later, July 2020, they're back in court, all except the state's key witness.
Your Honor, state is not ready for trial today. I spoke with Officer Henckel. He has childcare issues now on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And respectfully, Your Honor, we would oppose the state's request to continue this matter even for one more time.
Clear points out the number of delays and the officers' no-shows.
That just seems to be patently unfair, and at this time we would ask the court to dismiss the case.
A frustrated judge says she won't postpone again.
This case is dismissed with prejudice. I'll fill out an order right now, and we're going to get you guys out of here, all right? Thank
Judge,
you.
it's wonderful to be in your presence.
Thank you, Mr. Clear. We'll see you later.
Behind the scenes, Henckel now tells the feds he was conspiring with Clear's office, taking cash in exchange for a dismissal, a scheme Clear admits he's been running since the 90s. Another dismissal, another accused drunk driver with no consequences. Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE investigates.
Henckel pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy in federal court last month. His plea agreement states he was offered cash, restaurant gift cards, and free legal advice for the scheme. To date, none of the 8 law enforcement officers who've taken plea agreements have been sentenced.
This is No Filter News. Truth served raw, bold, and uncut. Hit that sub, stay loud, and catch us on the next drop. We don't fade out. We level up.